it again. Where you from? LA.
How long you in town?
Sunday.
Greetings fam, welcome back to my channel. I have a really cool video for you guys. For my birthday, I actually decided to go to Chicago and check out the city. So this video is going to be about a few locations I think you should check out if you're visiting Chicago or you're new to Chicago. It is such a city rich with history, architectural structures, just food. It's a food town. You know, you can get some great food, great bars. I had an amazing time and I just wanted to share that with you and give you a little insight on the city. Make sure you leave a comment. If you've been to Chicago, let me know some of your favorite places to visit. But before we get in the video, did you hit subscribe? Did you hit subscribe? So without further ado, let's get into this video. The really great thing about the big bus tour is that you can hop on and hop off throughout the whole day, and it takes you all throughout the loop, downtown Chicago as well as the Navy Pier and some other locations, and ride the whole loop in its entirety and then come back around and hop off at the locations that you're interested in. That's pretty much what I did. I built a strategy and said, okay, look, here are some of the points that I know I definitely want to go to, but I'm going to ride this through and see what else is there, and then from there I can start jumping on and off and visiting those locations. Here's some footage of the big bus tour. They give you great information about the locations as well, so you'll know a little bit going in. I recommend it. I think it's money well spent and it's not that expensive. Now 10 years old. Millennium Park is Chicago's second biggest tourist attraction after Navy Pier. There are 3 world-class icons in the park: Pritzker Pavilion, Cloud Gate, and Crown Fountain. And you may know Millennium Park as the Bean, but really the name is Cloud Gate. Is not fond of the Bean name. That is something that I learned on the big bus tour. He doesn't like the Bean. It's called Cloud Gate, people. Stop calling it the Bean. So that's all my fun facts about the Bean. The John Hancock Building. My parents are from the Midwest, so in the summertime, my parents would take my little sister and I to Chicago to see some of our relatives and then on to Detroit. We always took a train. That's another story. My dad doesn't fly. I'm scarred till today. We would go downtown and my dad would take us to the landmarks, the significant landmarks like the John Hancock Building and Sears Tower, which is no longer called Sears Tower. Did you know that the Hancock Center's elevators are among the fastest in the world? I can testify to that. Not only did I go to the observation deck, but I actually had a birthday dinner at Signature Room on the 94th floor. Now I will advise you, in this elevator, it goes really fast, and I'd say at about the 76th floor, did you hear that? The 76th floor or so, your ears may pop. The John Hancock Building is so high up that it is 6 degrees cooler at the top than it is at the bottom. Do you know there's a time capsule at the top of the building that includes a piece of the Eiffel Tower? Okay, here's one fact that really got under my skin. On windy days, and we all know Chicago is known for windy days, hence the Windy City. On windy days, the top half of the building sways and sounds like a pirate ship creaking in a storm. Good old John Hancock. Navy Pier. Once known home to Chicago's Fest from 1978 through 1982. Navy Pier was a beautiful sight to see. I mean, just walking up on the pier, you can see the whole skyline of Chicago. And to really get a great look, you're going to want to jump on the Ferris wheel. It's similar to, if you've been to Las Vegas, how they have the pods. It's kind of similar to that. It's It's a pod you get in, and it has windows all around the pod, so you get this amazing panoramic view of Chicago. The Ferris wheel is 150 feet high, runs year-round, weather permitting, and has a maximum capacity of 300 passengers. I think the cost of the Ferris wheel is like $14 or something like that. Go online, purchase a city pass, then that will allow you to pick from like 4 to 7 attractions in the city at one flat rate. That's what I did. So all you have to do is show your pass when you pop up at these various locations, and the Ferris wheel is actually one of them. The sky deck. You have to have nerves of steel for the sky deck. Sky deck is on the 103rd floor of what is formerly known as the Sears Tower. It'll always be Sears Tower in my heart. This deck is glass, thick glass of course, but glass encased that goes outside of the tower. And so underneath your feet, you're literally looking down at 103 floors below you. Let's talk about this. With a little bit of hesitation, but expecting to walk right out, take pictures, look around. My legs would not allow me to walk out on that deck at all. I tried several times and it would not. It was like, fool, do not walk out there. So I said, okay. With my eyes open, my body is saying no. My spirit is willing, but my flesh was weak. So I closed my eyes and I walked out with my eyes closed. And then I opened them up and I was in the middle of the deck. And then for some reason, my psyche was okay with that. It was like, I'm not willing to throw you out there, but if you get out there, we'll deal with it. So I closed my eyes, walked out there, got in the middle of the deck, and then I was fine. But you'll see in this limited footage that I have, you'll see I'm taking baby steps because I'm just, woo, that was very scary. And I'm not afraid of heights. I'm not a person that's afraid of heights, but 103 floors, that ain't even about heights at that point. That's you up in the air. That's something different. So check it out. It was amazing, great experience, beautiful views, and I think it was just very exhilarating. The Broadway Theater District in Chicago. You must see a Broadway play in Chicago. I think next to New York City, Chicago is the biggest Broadway city in America, and rightfully so. There are more than 250 theater companies in Chicago. With over 250 theaters, we stopped by the CBIC Theater to see Hamilton. If you have not seen Hamilton, I think you need to pause this right here, pause it right now, and go Google to see where you can find some tickets near you, because this play is phenomenal. It is so good. I'm trying to look for another showing near me. It's not in LA, but it is in San Francisco. So I was thinking about doing a weekend trip coming up to go to San Francisco. Plus I've never been there before. I know, I've traveled all of America and places outside of America, and I've never gone up north in my own state. I digress. I really think you should go and find tickets to go see Hamilton. It was amazing. The cast, the music. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I've done plays before, and I've never been to a play where my mind didn't drift off or I didn't get slightly bored in between. I watched this play from start to intermission to finish. Obviously there's nothing in intermission, but I sat in my seat waiting, like, come on already, is intermission over? Let's get started. I want to see part 2 of the play. It's really good. Taking photos and filming is prohibited in the theater during the play. So what I did is during intermission, I just took some footage of the theater itself, which is a really nice old theater. And I just wanted to show you that, but I don't have much from the Hamilton play because we weren't allowed to take pictures and things like that. But it was amazing. I'm so glad I got to see it, and I am on the journey to find more locations to see this play. Food! Why else would you go to Chicago? Matter of fact, I think that was one of the first reasons I was going to Chicago, was food. I'm going to Chicago. Out of all the places to eat, and this is just my preference, so don't come for me in the comments, or if you want to start this, bring it. You don't want this smoke. I'm a foodie. The first place I stop at, drum roll, Geno's East Deep Dish Pizza. Yes, I said it, Geno's East. I know there are other competitors and it's like Geno's East or the other company, but listen, your girl is Geno's East all the way. And by the way, just so you know, if you're a Los Angeles native, we are in luck. Geno's East is coming to LA. You know, I had a dream about Geno's East last night. Side note, I had a conversation with someone, I won't name them, but it was someone in the bar that worked at Geno's East that told me about Geno's East coming to LA. And he told me that, because the pizza in Chicago is deep dish. It's all about the crust. It's a buttery corn crust that's just amazing. And so he told me that the crust wasn't gonna be exactly the same because our water out here in LA is not good, which is facts. We know that the water is not good, so it's gonna make the dough taste a little bit different. It's not gonna be as good as Geno's East. And I kid you not, I had a dream last night about Geno's East pizza. I think because I knew I needed to film this footage today, so going through like all the different pit stops in Chicago and Geno's East being like one of my favorites, I had a dream about the dough, and it was not the dough that we're used to in Chicago. I don't know, but I was looking at it and I was watching them make it, and I was just like, oh, this is not gonna be the Geno's East experience. People in LA are not gonna know what Geno's East is all about. It was some weird, it was some weird dough. I don't know what was going on. Anyways, back to the story. The very first place that I stopped to in Chicago is Geno's East for a slice of deep dish pizza and a drink at the bar. Next up is Portillo's. If you're a meat eater, then this is gonna be a really cool place for you to get Italian beef with link sausages and things like that. It's all layered on top of goodness, soaked in the juices. No, you don't put mustard, you don't put ketchup on it, you eat it just as is. That's what the locals told me, so I followed the locals' instructions. It was really, really good. I thought, especially not being so much a meat eater, I eat meat, but I don't eat it as often. I'm more of a seafood person, being in LA. It's kind of, easy to do that. And so eating Italian beef over this link, I thought, this is crazy. Like, who's gonna eat this? It's a lot of meat. After my first bite, I looked up and the whole thing was gone. Check out the footage. Chicken. How dare you come to Chicago and not get Harold's Chicken? That's what I was told, so I made sure that Harold's Chicken was on my list. Now, there are several different locations for Harold's Chicken, and the best Harold's Chicken, I was told, is on the south side. I ventured off to Hyde Park, which wasn't as deep into the South Side area, but I heard it was a good spot for some Harold's chicken, and it was in the area of where we were going, so we stopped. I don't have much footage, but it's it's like a chicken shack. It's just what you expect, a small place to get some really great seasoned fried chicken with the sauce.
They say you can't come to Chicago without stopping at Harold's Chicken. So we are in Hyde Park, where the Obamas are from, grabbing some Harold's chicken.
Brunch. I am a brunching girl. I love me a bottomless mimosa and good food on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. And so visiting Chicago was no exception to the rule. I was down to find a great brunch location, and that I did. I highly suggest you stop by Fremont for brunch. It's a beautiful restaurant venue, 2 stories, just Instagram worthy. Like if you're looking for a place to get those Instagram shots, Fremont is your place. Now, Fremont has a buffet, and for me, I'm not really a buffet type of girl because the food's not usually good. It's very questionable to me. People are able to pick up random people can pick up food and put it on their plate, and then you go back and touch and I don't know if they wash their hands. It isn't usually for me. Fremont's buffet is absolutely stunning. The food looks amazing. Carving stations, they have an omelet station, they have a waffle station, they have donuts on the wall, they have a beautiful Instagram backdrop for you to take pictures at. Mimosas are great. They have a station of juices that you can pick up, while you're there throughout the time. And then a waitress comes by and fills up your champagne glass. Now here's the thing. I've been to many of brunches, and I feel like I'm always chasing down the waitress to fill up my cup. Like, hello, my cup's empty, my cup does not run it over. I need you to fill my glass. This is water, by the way. So I feel like I'm always chasing them down. Every time I have my glass and I be talking like, oh, it's filled again. Like, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna go, oh, it's filled again. They are on top of it. When Fremont says bottomless mimosas, Fremont means bottomless mimosas. Shout out to the hotel that I stayed in, which is the Talbott Hotel. It is a cute boutique hotel right in the city, the heart of Chicago. The staff there, I felt like I was staying at a really good friend's or a family member's house. Everybody greeted me, and not just hello, hi, how are you doing today? I mean, full on conversations. Concierge was so well informed about his city. Any question that I had, whether it be going to Harold's or finding a drinking hole somewhere, or what to do in the city, he always had the right information. Also, I checked in, ended up getting upgraded out of nowhere. I just was like, wow, thank you. You know, it's my birthday and it's starting off right. I checked into my room, I put my luggage down, and this is when I was like, I gotta go get me a slice of pizza from Gino's East. So I hurried up, I got out, went to Gino's East, I came back to my hotel room, and there sits a bottle of red wine and a note from the staff wishing me a happy birthday. They didn't have to do that, but it's those little things that just make your experience. So for that, I just want to thank the Talbott Hotel. So that's it. That concludes my video on Chicago. I hope you liked it. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. Go ahead and hit that notification bell and comment down below